This ain't my first rodeo. Actually, it is. And honestly, I had no idea what to expect. No one's ever invited me to a rodeo in Los Angeles. Surprise. I am allergic to horses, so I was a little bit worried. Am I going to die from anaphylactic shock?
I'll take some medicine before I go.
No, but really, I was just mostly excited to be a part of the community and try something new because that's what life's all about, right? This is my first rodeo, and it's such a big deal around here that they have a parade to welcome it into town. So we had to head downtown to check it out for ourselves, front row. The parade opened with our city's first responders, followed by a giant red bull that I would later find in this video again. Naturally, there was a tractor pull, and the high school drumline absolutely brought the energy, along with a street clown who took some serious sass from these little girls. The Miss Rodeos were like the princesses of the whole parade, and the high school marching band played their hearts out. Then came the tiniest cheerleaders in town, and the senior A-plus twirlers. Look at them, they've still got it. The feather dancers were a huge crowd pleaser. Up next was the other high school marching band, equally as impressive as the first. At the end was the pony parade, with all kinds of breeds and one that could even dance. This might be the most fun we ever have together. I was super excited while I was getting ready to go to my first rodeo. Yeehaw! And then I also started getting nervous because I am allergic to horses and I didn't really know what to expect, but I'm going to take some medicine and hope for the best. We were greeted by a large American flag and lots of honking tractors, along with these banners everywhere.
All right, we're at the rodeo. If you can hear me over the kids honking the giant trucks, very exciting.
We made our way to the entrance where we presented our tickets. These ones were only $25 for standing room, and all of the arena seats were sold out. There is the Red Bull. It started to fill up in there pretty quickly with cowboy hats and tiny little ponies for the kids too. And they even had like a whole food court and all these vendors everywhere that you could shop from. And there's the horses getting queued up to ride, I guess. And they opened with a fireworks show, which was very unexpected. I don't know if they do this for all rodeos, but this was such a fun treat and very entertaining. Look at me, I am having the time of my life. Then they did a little lineup of their sponsors, followed by the national anthem, which was a real beautiful thing to witness. They had these little programs, which was really helpful for me to know what the heck was going on all night. So here we go. This is the first ride of the night, and I am honestly terrified for the guy on the horse. We now had our rodeo clown, and they brought out some guys from the high school football team to do a relay race in these crazy, ridiculous, inflatable outfits. So things were about to get very interesting. It started off innocent enough, but obviously as each person was tagged in, it progressively got more and more chaotic. There were some people who couldn't let go of their football needs, you know? They had to tackle each other at some point, right? They're football players. And we were back with our regular rodeo scheduled programming, and this guy up here was one of the most impressive of the night. Look at how his legs are bending, and he's really not struggling at all. He stayed on for a really long time, so I wanted you guys to see his full ride and see the whole thing. I was always more worried for the person than I was for the horse, which was kind of unexpected. Then came one of the cutest things I've ever seen, and also kind of concerning. This is called mutton bustin', which is where these little kids stay on these sheep for as long as possible. She did great, so much so that the sheep just stopped and let her off. Then they brought all these kids out and had them do something. I don't even know what they were about to do, but there were a lot more kids there than I thought. So the whole point of this was that all these kids were chasing after 3 cows and their tails had ribbons on them. If they got a ribbon, they got a prize. These poor cows. This whole thing was utter chaos. It was almost like watching little ants from above. We were headed out for the night. We had so much fun, and I was just taking it all in for one last time.
That was so cool. I liked that way more than I thought I would.
So that was the rodeo experience. It was really fun. Didn't have an allergic reaction. Was a little bit hoarse, ironically, but I think that was mostly just from the dust that was being kicked up. The show itself was amazing. It was really fun. Thank you for tuning in. Now I can say this ain't my first rodeo. Next time. Bye.